sort of the other day with a butterfly guard. So we can get into it from a number of different places, but we're gonna get it off of like a blast knee cut. So if I do a knee cut, typically I want the underhook, right? So if I'm here and he's framing in like a knee shield guard and I can pummel up and get that underhook, then I'm in a good place to pass, get my head to the mat and pass and be able to control. Sometimes that's difficult and you end up having to do it without the underhook. So first we'll just do the pass. So your partner will be in a knee shield. I'm always conscious of my left side. If my right leg's in, my left side is what I'm conscious of, because I don't want him to get under this leg, like scoop under that leg and start pulling me over into sweeps or leg locks. That's bad. And I don't want to get caught in Kimura stuff, right? So he locks a Kimura here, that's also bad. I have to deal with that. So I'm going to make sure I'm conscious of where my foot is. I'm going to blade my foot, so even if he does get underneath and he pulls, it's really hard to pull that forward. If my foot was flat and he pulls my foot in front of my knee, I have no strength to get it back. Does that make sense? So first the leg, it's going to be posted out nice and wide, and I'm going to be blading my foot. Second, my arm. What I like to do is do like the underhand grip. So it's really hard, like even if I'm like this and my elbow comes away, even if I keep my hand in and he can get around that elbow, he can start actually Kimura-ing me. So slide that through. He can start pulling that for a Kimura, okay? So I'm going to go palm up like so. So he tries to start Kimura-ing me and stuff. It's much more difficult when your hand's like that, okay? So that is the starting position. All I'm going to do, he's framing, I'm going to drive this hand right to the mat, like punch the mat beside his hips, and I'm going to shoot my leg in between this hole here. So this leg right here. So he's framing, I'm going to lift my base a bit and shoot it through, and then I'm going to turn the corner and pass, okay? So we'll start with just kind of with that, and then we're going to work off his reaction. Does that make sense? One more time. Turn this way a bit. So one foot can be in the middle, like the headquarters position. I'm going to turn him to the side. Fist is going to go to the floor. I'm always watching this side, being mindful of it. He's going to be framing. I'm going to basically take this leg, drive it through here, and push my hips down into his hips, like so. Once that happens, I'm going to basically try to run north-south. That's the idea. Okay, as I run north-south, even if he gets an underhook, I can start to like kill his pressure, and we're going to end up here. Make sense? Kind of, sort of? Yep. Ready? United Fighter. Top guy first, okay? So I'm going to pass. He's going to do a very common counter, which is like the underhook escape. He's going to get an underhook and come to his knees. The downside of passing without the underhook is that you give him that option. Essentially, you're giving up the underhook, and chances are against anyone who's like relatively good, you're going to create like a scramble. But it should be a favorable scramble. I should know what's coming kind of before him and have a bit of a one-up on him. Okay, does that make sense? I'm not really passing here to hold him down. I'm passing here to attack him in transition. Cool? So I'm here, and I'm going to do that blast knee cut. So my hip blocks the mat. My knee goes through the hole, and I collapse my hip. A good cue is look at the sky. That's a good cue, because some people, you'll kind of be half-assed in it, and he'll be framing off me, and it won't be enough. So if I look at the sky, chances are your hip will drop a little more. Does that make sense? So he's through. Is that? Nope. Okay. He's going to pummel for an underhook. As I pass, I'm coming around. He's going to pummel for an underhook, and he's going to get to his knees. Okay? So that's the idea. What he wants is to have a nice high underhook, so I can't whizzer him. This is an over. Like if I can get his elbow position down low, I can start breaking his posture. If he keeps it super, super high, now I can't keep that down, and he can start like out wrestling me from here. Does that make sense? That's kind of what he's looking to do and get up. Typically, you want your head on that position. You know what? For now, let's just do that. Bottom guy's turn. Top guy's going to go knee cut, and you're going to do this underhook escape. Try to keep, one more time, try to keep that underhook high across the shoulders so the other guy can't collapse it too easy. So I'm going to come through, Logan punches it there. And then if I go to collapse, it's even a little higher if you can. Yeah, like that's really hard to stop. And he just starts wrestling here. Like this is gonna be hard to deal with at that point. Does that make sense? Yes, yes? Yeah. Okay, questions? No? Okay, we'll give it a try. Ready? Okay. So as I blast knee cut, he comes up with an underhook and he comes in here. So we'll wrap the neck first. And we'll go for a guillotine. It's good as a control position and a submission, right? So if I wrap his neck, a couple things I don't have to worry about. One is getting punched in the face. He has to, like, before he hits me effectively, he's got to pop his head out, right? he pops his head out, now he can strike, right? No matter where we are. Does that make sense? So we'll start doing that, and then it's pretty, once you have someone's head in a good position, if you don't have the choke in, it's pretty easy to sweep from there. So you can at least get back on top. Does that make sense? And then transfer from there. Cool? So you're gonna go back to your finger here. So, as he comes up, I'm gonna punch through, he comes up, I'm gonna get, so if he gets a high underhook, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use like my lower body to help get a good whizzer. So I'm gonna bring this around and grab the inside of my thigh, and I'm gonna block his hip with my instep. So now when he tries to punch that underhook higher, my elbow position and my instep are able to give me some space, and it keeps his head away. And it keeps his underhook from getting high up my shoulder, which is, but now I can't reach it. Does that make sense? Okay, so all I'm doing, if you want to see, I'm coming through here, grabbing the inside of my thigh, and then framing it. Now what I'm going to, a key point, I'm going to like turn myself belly down. The more I can get this shoulder to the ground, the better, because it's going to bring his head down. Does that make sense? So he's going to try to drive in, I'm going to make sure I stay belly down, and then I'm going to wrap his neck. Okay, once I'm there, I keep my chin on the back, and I can pull guard and get a guillotine, or if you want, you can even start dropping them to that hip, and then just come on top. Okay? So it depends, like if you're in a fight, right, or you just love being on top in a wrestling match, you don't have to pull guard. You can just knock them over on that hip and wrestle out. Make sense? So we'll just work on wrapping the neck for now. So for here, that's kind of the position we're gonna look at, that like strong whizzer with an overhook and the attacks that you can get from there. Okay, so I blast knee cut, he underhooks. I get my thigh and my leg position, okay? That's first. Make sure I'm not like looking up at him. I gotta start turning like belly down, which brings his head down, okay? If I see his hand and his head there, even if he's keeping posture, I can start like dragging him out, which brings his head down again. I would take my left hand, punch it through. I'm grabbing pretzel grip. That's what I prefer for an arm in guillotine. If you hate it, you can go ball and socket. I would recommend that. It seems to be working very well. From here, again, I can turn the corner. I'm looking to drive kind of forward and to the side to get that hip on the mat, okay? So I use my left leg, post, and drive so he collapses, okay? From here, I can look to step him out and finish from there, or you can look to like darce him or do whatever. Does that make sense? Okay? We'll go with that for now, and then we'll go.
So for your pretzel grip, which thumb are you turning?
So here's the choking hand. Typical ball and socket is making a fist and just supporting it, right? So when I do the pretzel choking hand, I face it away, so the pinky's in the air, and then the supporting hand goes over top and connecting, right? And the first time doing this will feel stupid, especially with no one's neck in there. It'll feel weird. And a good way to do it is go ball and socket, pretzel, ball and socket, pretzel. Like I've sat there in I sat there in bank appointments doing this. It's hilarious. Just sitting there, ball and socket, pretzel, ball and socket, pretzel, ball and socket, pretzel, right? You just
Can I have a loan, please?
Yeah. Yes. For sure. Does that make sense? Does that help? Don't go no thumbs. Don't add your thumb. So here's your choking hand. Face it, which is your choking hand? Your right hand? Face it towards me like this. Go straight over top and connect no thumb. Put that thumb on this. Here, check this out. This thumb is gonna go here. There. Now pull against that nice and tight. It's gonna feel you're gonna be like, I don't know. When you have someone's neck in there and you start trying it, you'll see what. Okay? Cool? Ready? United fighter. Actually, fuck it. No, we'll just keep it simple. We'll go top guy for now. So Logan's on his back. Let's say we do this pass and he gets our leg into like a quarter guard position, comes up basically with a single, okay? So if I hit this knee cut and Logan gets that underhook, he comes up but keeps my leg pinned. So some guys are good at keeping their knees together and they'll kind of like turtle with it in. Okay, so he didn't just bridge into me and turn, he kind of kept his knees tight. So now my leg's stuck inside. Does that make sense? Let go for a second. Last time it was here, okay, on the outside, where it needs to be anyways to hit the guillotine and some other stuff. This time it's inside and he's pinching. Okay, so that's pretty stuck. So I'm still gonna hit that same grip, I'm still gonna do the same thing. Typically what I try to do first is I try to make his head like headbutt the mat and free it. So I'll start putting pressure, and then I'll start to like free it and get it out. Cool. Then I can just keep going, right? But if they get it stuck, and I can't get out, So now we're gonna do a somersault through, and we're gonna leg lock him just for fun. Why not? So from here, what I like, I know like Gary Tonin does this a lot. I'm gonna go from that whizzer position. If I know he's gonna get close with that underhook, is I'm gonna go to the far armpit. Okay. Typically he wants this underhook high. Start punch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get to the far armpit. Okay. Because I've lost that, so I might as well get another control. Okay. From there, I'm basically gonna drive my head and shoulder into this hole. So I'm gonna drop like so as far as I can. This one's gonna kick to the butt, and this one's gonna push off the mat. This one kicks, this one pushes. And I'm basically gonna pull them over and land it here. Okay. From there, I'll build base, come up to like the gargoyle position, and then you can attack from there. We'll stop here for now. Okay, so you can roll through. It's like a rolling knee bar. You can hit a knee bar, any leg lock. You can use it to sweep, and you can use it to pass. Like that's fine. You don't have to leg lock someone from there. Yeah, really, we can turn it into a guard pass if you want. So I pressure through. He underhooks and he gets that leg. Okay, so I don't have that leg anymore. He gets a good underhook, so I don't think I'm gonna free this. I'm gonna get like the far lat control. Okay, which is cool is about this, where my arm is relatively. Low, give me an underhook. Sorry. It's almost in the same place. Right here I have an underhook, so I have a path to his back and I have a good position. But if I'm here and he has the underhook, it's hard for him to get to my back and it's almost in the exact same place. Does that make sense? So you can do a lot of attacks off this in the same fashion. So I'm gonna push my hips back, drive my head in, hook his leg with my arm, and then I'm gonna kick my foot and push off the mat. If you're having trouble and he bases a bit, I'm just gonna keep pulling my head through as far as I can. Okay, come up, and we're gonna get here. Okay? From here, if you want to hit the same position, you can, as he's framing me, I can like punch an underhook, step over, and I'm right back to the knee cut. Make sense? This is exactly where we wanted to be in the first place. Right? So if you just want to pass from there, that's fine. You can use it to sweep. Any questions? Kind of weird? Essentially, all you're doing is you're here, and you just do a somersault. And you end up there. Cool? Okay, we'll try it. We'll do it real slow. Ready? Notice this is like kick up on the front and shield, and you're about to start passing. And let's say you didn't even get that far. Say you had your arm back before you have the kick up, and I come up here, and here. Yeah, for sure. Now it's like much more. So hook my leg right there, so I can't step out. Okay. Right? And now you just fucking go for this. Yeah, she's like, boom. Now we're there. So that's like you'll get it off the knee cut for sure. The best you can do is when that variation actually.
So you try your leg, right?
I either depends. Sometimes I don't. I definitely keep this foot swiveled so my knee is in a good spot when I fall. Lately, what I've been doing is just hugging the whole thing, underhooking the whole thing. Come under, and I usually grab my shin to start, and then I hug both legs with that bottom hand. Hug all of them, right? And then you can grab me here. Or you can just use the able grip right there. That's fine too. And now fall, and now it's really hard to get anything going. And then you have everything bundled up, and then you have to work from a bundled up position. But if someone's slippery and hard to get out, and I feel like they're gonna scramble as soon as they land, like lightly I just grab everything. I tried a bunch of different grips, and you're like, that's the like when you're like tired and everything's shitty, right in here, right in this position, and I feel you want to scramble like right away. Jesus. Hug everything. And just like, I'll just deal with this when we get here. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I'm going to end up in that first position, okay? So here, let's say, for whatever reason, he's a beast and I can't break his posture. So his head stays high. I try to break it, his head stays high. So from here, what we're going to do, we're going to base hard here, and we're going to get this leg up over his shoulder, okay? So this is where my weight's going to go. This leg's going to kick up over his shoulder. I'm going to grab my head. I'm hanging off him right here. Okay? Make sure you I took my overhook out and I'm grabbing his head so he can't get away from it. This foot's nice and light because I'm keeping my base on him and the floor. So this foot can move around like as much as I want. I can put it anywhere I want. But I'm going to just bring it up, over, clamp, and we're going to land in the triangle. Okay? So we'll start just kind of in a loose triangle. Make sure when you do this that you had a hand on his head before I go to grab my shin, because there's a moment if you don't, he can pop out. Okay, I have my right hand on his head. I'm going to switch to the left, and the other hand's going to go to the shin. Now I can start adjusting So from here, I typically, like lately, been finishing it just with the arm across. And the detail, I learned it from a Craig Jones video, which is awesome, is getting a good bite, pinching the shoulder first, and then just flipping, and then just squeezing. It's pretty good detail. It started like working really well. So once we land in the loose triangle, I landed with my right hand, so I can't grab the shin yet. I'm gonna switch. Now I'm gonna grab the shin. You want the shin for sure. Make sure at least when you're switching. Now I could probably let go of his head, that's fine, because I have something controlling his posture. If there's a moment where I kind of just do this, and he postures hard, I kind of lose everything. That's not great. Okay, so until you get that shin, make sure I'm keeping everything tight, okay? I get the shin, I hip out. I'm putting my foot on the hip. If you have longer legs, you'll probably get to the floor. Okay, either way. I'm gonna shrimp out till I get to like a T, squeeze my knees, and then flip. And it's like comes on fast. You'll notice a difference for sure. Does that make sense? I'll do it again. So you should be able to do this while taking your time. It's almost like good practice, right? So last knee cut, the first one, he underhooks, starts to come up, I get my thigh in that leg position, okay? His head stays high. Notice I can't bring it up. So here I can't wrap the guillotine, right? I need his head bring it low. I need his head about here. Now I can. If his head stays high, that's not a good option, right? Because if I go to wrap the guillotine, he just starts taking me down. That's bad, right? So we're here. I post. Right leg goes up over the shoulders, clamps down. Left leg comes loose, okay? On the hook, I forgot to grab his head. I'm an idiot, so we will remember that. I'm doing it again. I just said it was a key detail and I forgot. He comes up. Here. He gets his head high. I throw the leg over, grab his head. Now I got my foot free. Okay, I can even grab the shin there. Look at that. There, skip the step. Hit your angle, squeeze, then flip, and then you get it. Okay? I know it's fucking sounds like probably it was like speaking Greek.
I saw a girl win a guy's tournament down in Ottawa with this exact move.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So it works. If a girl beats a guy, it has to be the best move ever because that's almost impossible, right, Bam Bam? Delete that part.
Blackmail.
I'll get fucking murdered. But seriously, delete that part. Okay, ready? That part. Ned Fighter. That's the only part he'll put.